Hi Scorpio, welcome to your August 2019 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book a personal tarot reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. And before we start, September enrollment for Tribal Tuesday is up and open and out there. If you are ready to change something in your life for the good and for your best and highest vibration, it's time for you to enroll. You can do that in the website, in the description box below. So before we start, I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's have a look, see what the month ahead has in store for you. What are your actions and interactions with the world at large saying for you this month? And this month you got the King of Pentacles, right? So this is in your actions. You are all about your success. You're all about your achievement. You are all about striving for your bigger and broader and higher goals this month, right? So aside from an earth sign male, Taurus, Capricorn or Virgo, the King of Pentacles represents the achievement. It's the success. It's the highest accolades that you can reach. And this falls in your actions and interactions with the world at large. This is about what you're doing. And this month it looks like you're reaching, you're not even reaching, you're looking to reach your best and your brightest. This is about you going after what you really want. This is a month where you're not going to hold back, Scorpio. You're going for what it is that you truly want. And you're not going to allow anything to stop you, which is a beautiful way to live your life. It's about you being bold and it's about you really going for gold, right? This is about you having your eye on the prize this month and saying to yourself, you know what, I can see where it is that I want to be. I can, I understand how it's going to take shape. And now what I have to do is dedicate myself to walk in that path. The thing about the Pentacles cards, especially the Court cards, they are very steady, dependable. Once they see something and they set their minds on it, they go for it and they will relentlessly move towards that until they achieve it. The fact that you've got this in your actions and interactions, this is you, right? This is an aspect of yourself and it's all to do with your pentacles, which is your everyday life, your practical life, possibly even your professional life. This is about you really honing in and going for something and saying, you know what, I'm not letting anything hold me back. I'm not letting anything stop me. I can see what it is that I want. I can see what my goals are, and that's what I'm heading towards no matter. So your money and materials this month. What's going on with your finances? All right. Temperance, right? This is it. This is where you get some peace. This is where you finally start to understand why you have had the experiences that you've had when it comes to your finances. And it sees you blending the King of Pentacles, so your everyday practical life, into what you do. So this isn't just about, right, I'm going to dedicate myself to my goals. This is about you seeing them through to completion. Now with the Temperance card, it suggests that your financial life is going to go through an upswing, yes, but it also suggests this is where you find some sort of peace. This is where you really start to understand the law of attraction, where you really start to understand the process of manifestation. This month you will be playing around with it, but it's going to be like a serious play. Do you know what I mean? Like, that moment where you say, right, I'm going to play around with this now that I've got a taster for it and I know how it kind of works. Now I'm going to start doing it properly. I guess as an example, where an amateur poker player then turns pro, right? This is where they get serious about it, where they start to learn, where they start to study, and more importantly, where they start to apply the meaning that they've discovered to the process of what it is that they're doing. This is about you utilizing the spiritual tips that you've got now, the spiritual understanding that you have in order to create and manifest physically your financial abundance. It also suggests as well, this month you're looking after your physical health in a really big way. And for some of you, you might be doing something to the home. Yeah, all right, so let's have a look. And there's going to be something really cool that I show you here as well in a second. So your communications with the world at large, you've got the Three of Wands, right? Beautiful card because it suggests networking, getting out there. When it's in the communication sector, it's networking, it's talking to people, it's asking the bigger questions, those bigger philosophical questions, getting the knowledge and the information that you need in order to tread the path that you're on, right? But it also sees you looking out to expand your vision, right? This is you saying to yourself, I know that what I'm doing, I know that what I'm working on can be even bigger than this. And now I need to start walking that path, right? I need to start connecting with more people. Now, Temperance, okay? I love this card for this reason. Temperance shows you what it is that you're working to balance, what it is that you're working to find an equilibrium between your everyday life and your actions, your practical day-to-day stuff is being balanced now with your communications, but also with the expansion of your vision. This is about you saying to yourself, right, I understand how to apply myself, I understand how to step towards the goal, but there is knowledge and information that is going to help me get there faster. There's knowledge and information that's going to help me take this bigger and broader than I can personally do at this moment in time. Allow other people to help you. Open up to the people that you come into contact with and network your tushy off. All right, so your personal relationships. Let's have a look, see what is going on. It is so humid here at the moment. I'm sweating like a beast. I'm like, all right, the Two of Swords, lovely. Okay, so for those of you that are single, the Two of Swords looks like it's bringing you to a decision to a head, right? The Three of Wands suggests that you have a glimpse at how what's going on in your personal life may be holding you back in some way, shape or form. And it does suggest that you will have a decision to make. Because you've got the Three of Wands there, which always suggests more or bigger. The Two of Swords sees you making a decision. You could be making a decision between two partners this month. You could, it could be between two potentials. Now, if for those of you that are partnered, it really does suggest that you will be having a moment this month where you're saying to yourself internally first, my other half doesn't seem to be growing like me, right? And don't get me wrong, we don't want a partner that's a carbon copy of who we are, right? Then what would be the point? You might as well date yourself. But it's important that we have connections with people that are willing to grow, are willing to change, As an example, right? Say both you and your partner have office jobs and one of you's like, right, one day I want to be a CEO, and the other one's just like, well, I just want to be at the same desk 15 years from now. Eventually, the ambition side of things is going to get the better of both of you, right? It's going to have a negative impact, and I use that word lightly, I don't use that word lightly. It's going to have a negative impact, and it really does look like this month you are trying to look at your relationship from an objective point of view and say, is this growing me? Are they growing me? Are they going to be able to grow with me? Right? And more importantly, because the thing is, if you're growing and expanding and changing, if you try to help somebody else do that and they're not interested, there will come a point in the relationship where you say, well, you know what? Maybe we're just too different. Who we're becoming is no longer compatible. When we got together, for however long we've been together, we've been compatible. But as one of you starts to grow and change and evolve and reach for bigger things and want bigger things and want more, if the other person can't, they don't have to want the same things or even want the same amount of success, but they do need to have their own dreams, goals and aspirations. And if they haven't got that, it's going to be very hard for you to stay in that relationship. So it looks like you're asking yourself a big question this month. All right, so the first week of the month, you got the Fool card, right underneath the King of Pentacles. This pairing seems to have come up a few times this month, so it's going to be an interesting one for sure. It looks like there's somebody new coming into your life, Scorpio. Somebody that you do not know as yet, somebody that is as yet unrealized in your life, and they tend to be the sort of person, even if they're only around for a week, sometimes it could even be just a day or a conversation that you have with them, they always change your life in some way, shape or form. And the reason being is because the Fool card represents moments of destiny, moments of life that we can't see, or moments of change or initiation. Not initiation. Yeah, maybe moments of initiation. Like, it's when, you know, one of those things where you look back on something, you think, wow, that conversation 3 years ago changed my life. It can sometimes just be as fleeting as that, but sometimes, because it is a King of Pentacles, it could also be somebody that enters your life and really changes your understanding and your perspective, and so therefore ends up changing your life. They're the catalyst usually for you to change something big in your life. Second week of the month, you've got the Hierophant card. I talked about initiation, and here it is. The Hierophant right underneath the Temperance card. Your money and materials, your ability to manifest things is going to become really apparent to you this month. This is where you will get a real glimpse into how to actually manifest things. My advice to you is stay conscious this month, because you will be manifesting very quickly, very powerfully, and it's really important that you it looks like there's a person who's really high up in a company, or has their own company, that is really making themselves known in your life this month. Possibly a Taurus or a Capricorn, you know, but it could just as easily be an Aries. I don't know why, but that's coming to me. But yeah, in terms of your finances, this is going to be a month where you really discover how to make manifestation work, right? So your finances are they're looking good. They are looking really good, but this is going to be the month. I refer you to the Man of Steel, where he's learning to fly. Like, he has moments where he gets it and he's like, oh yeah, I'm doing it. And then he falls out the sky. It's going to be like that for you this month. You're going to have peak moments of manifesting things, and then you're going to have moments where you're like, okay, maybe I haven't got it. You have got it. You just need to learn how to maintain that. Third week of the month, you've got the Lovers card. Yeah, I mean, this third week of the month could very well see a new love interest showing up. It could see you maybe having to make that choice between one or two partners. You know, if it's just that there's one person on the horizon that you're kind of getting to know or whatever, this could see you making the decision about them, and it will be about the level and the quality of the conversation that you guys are able to have. I see that being quite important to you as well. And then finally, the fourth week of the month, you got the Empress card, right? So for the most part, for those of you that are in relationships, you want this person to be able to grow with you. It's almost like I hear you saying, you know what, I want it to be them. So, you know, your want and your desire for this same person to be the one that you move forward with is totally there. The potential is also there. So it looks like what you're going to have to do this month is really say to your partner, look, you know what? I kind of feel like your ambition might be lacking lately, or I kind of feel like you don't feel like you've got much to focus on. What can I do to help you? What can I do to support you, or, you know, get you fired up again? What is it that you want to work on now? What's the next leg of your journey looking like? And sometimes when you do that, it reminds people, or it gives them like that little kick up the arse to say, actually, yeah, I have been a bit deflated lately. What are my goals now? What do I want? What would get me fired up about life again? For those of you that are single, you're definitely having a lot of fun. There's lots of enjoyment here, but it does look like you are choosing between one or two people. And the funny thing is, I don't feel like there's anything here that says, you know, that you're not going to enjoy the process. And why shouldn't you? So your key to the month, overarching energy or theme. You've got the Fool card, right? So there you go. I'll tell you this, all bets are off. There is somebody new coming into your life. There is a big shift and a big change coming your way, Scorpio. So my attention is pay attention to everything this month. Don't take anything for granted and do not take anything at face value, right? Get out there, interact with the world, take a few risks, a few calculated risks for sure, and play around with that vibe of manifesting things, right? And don't manifest frivolous things is what I want to say to you. Manifest things that are actually going to mean something for your life 5 to 10 years from now, right? Don't play around with it, just to play around with it. Play around with it and then be about it, right? Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week and I'll see you soon. Week, month even.